I think we can all get settled in now. Um, Online friends, you might notice a different background than you usually see. This room in the studio is called Heart, and there's something about the space in this room that feels a little bit more reverent to me than Root. Root feels more like enlivened and like let's get things going, which is not to say that we're not going to do that tonight because we will get things going. But there's just something very sweet about being in this room and in this space. And most of our live streamed classes are not in here because it is a dark space. But I'm also going to ask you all to do your best to listen to verbal cues that I give this evening. Um, let's see, we're going on a little bit more than 2 weeks at this point where I was just having all this physical pain in my body and couldn't figure out what it was. I have a pretty high pain tolerance, so it felt like, how is this possible? Doctors, ER visits, CT scans, everything. I mean, the good news is I have pictures of all of my body parts now, and they're all wonderful. So good to know that all of my body parts are doing great. The other side was all of that to ultimately go to Brian, our wizard genius that we have on staff here, and to find out that it was my psoas muscle. So a pretty intense, highly activated, overfired psoas. I could barely walk for days. So some things I will do along with you. Some things I will not be able to do with you, because I'm still being very gentle and very careful with that. And it's just a great reminder too that when our bodies have limitations in physical movement, that the energetic practice is still happening. So it was actually a beautiful reminder that there are practices, there's breath work, there's other things that you can do when you don't necessarily have your full range of motion in your body. But yeah, so all that to say, it's a little dark in here. You don't need to worry about what I'm doing anyway. It's not going to be very exciting. I'm not going to be jumping around. You're gonna do that practice for me. You're gonna do any jumping around for me. This is the culmination of eclipse season this fall. So before we even tune in, before we even officially start being on the other side of this portal, I want you to think about the last 2 months, the last 6 to 8 weeks in your life, and notice what has been revealed to you, what is being or has been released by you. And to just take stock for a moment. Maybe they have been physical things. Maybe you have done some cleaning out of spaces. Maybe you've released some patterns, or you've started to loosen attachments to things that aren't serving you. Maybe you've even let things go that were ready to go and still held onto grief around that needs to be also released when it's ready, when it's time. Take a full deep breath in. Exhale the breath all the way out. Take another full deep breath in. Suspend the breath for a moment at the top of the inhale. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Soften the shoulders. Exhale. Inhale and rub the palms of your hands together, creating some heat. Exhale and allow your hands to rest at your heart center. And if you'd like to, you can join me in tuning in Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo 3 times. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo Om Take a full deep breath in. Suspend the breath in the mind and the mantra. Exhale. And join me for the protection mantra, the Mangalacharan mantra. Adigude name juga, adigude name sat, gude name siddhi, gurudeve name. Adigude name juga, adigude name sat, gude name siddhi, gurudeve name. Adigude name juga, adigude name sat, gude name siddhi, gurudeve name. Adigude name juga, adigude name sat, gude name siddhi, gurudeve name. Take a full deep breath in. Connect to the center line of your body and exhale. Satnam. Satnam, everyone. Satnam. So at some point in the practice, we'll engage in kind of this inventory again of some things. And for some of you, you might be tempted to write these things down because it's very tempting in class. I mean, when you all are in person, this is generally not the vibe of being in a yoga class. Most people, not me, I mean, I totally come to yoga class with notebooks. Most people do not. You come to yoga class to be present, to be in the wow of the now, to be here. Online yoga classes, particularly for those of you that are in teacher training programs, it's very tempting to have your notebook next to you. or your notes open on your phone so you can jot things down. We are recording this class. You are all going to have access to the recording. Also, there is a theory that when things land for us in a practice or in a meditation, and we have that like, aha, this is important. This is important to me. This resonates with me. It's not going to go anywhere. And this is going to challenge our belief that maybe our memories are not as good as they used to be. Okay, so it's going to challenge that belief. But what if we just play with tonight the idea that if it is important for us to remember, we will remember, and we can trust in that process. What I want to say about a partial eclipse is that it's a gentler energy. So this isn't necessarily considered like a major lunar eclipse. It is, however, the closure of the eclipse portal in the fall. And typically we have eclipse portals in the fall-ish sometimes and the spring sometimes, at some point. Eclipses always usher in change. They both hide some things so that we're not distracted by them, and then reveal other things that we can bring our attention and energy to. So this is some of the energy that's gone into these last 6 to 8 weeks, is just being in a shift, being in a change. I believe that part of the change that we're ushering in, and nobody has to agree with me on this, by the way, is this new paradigm where we are being asked to unguru ourselves. We are being asked to remove anyone, anything from the pedestals that we have put them on. The pedestal of mastery, the pedestal of celebrity, the pedestal of politics. And rather than put people, human beings, up on pedestals, treating them like these figureheads where we can kind of, honestly, friends, it's abdication of responsibility, right? If I can just believe that, I feel like I need to use an outdated example, because otherwise someone's going to get triggered. Someone's going to get triggered about something. So I'm going to use an outdated, right? If I put all of my hopes and dreams and ideas around who a person should be in Elvis Presley, then all I need to do is figure out what would Elvis do in this situation. And I don't actually have to take responsibility or time to figure out what I believe, what feels like it's true for me, what resonates with me. And it's silly when I say Elvis Presley. Well, we do this all the time with people, with human beings who are fallible, who make mistakes, who have egoic tendencies. And we also put family members on pedestals sometimes too. Like, my grandmother was on such a pedestal for such a long time in my life, and I think it's a pretty normal thing for people to find that matriarch, patriarch of their family and think, oh, you are this perfect being. And then sometimes that means something about us, like, oh, I can't live up to them, or I can't live up to their expectations. So with this eclipse cycle, I think this is the stuff that's being revealed. I think this is what is energetically being asked of us to let go. Unguru your life. There are brilliant people out there writing incredible books, giving fascinating talks. They don't have all the answers. And they are not perfect. Right? They are also a divine being just attempting to figure out how to be human and not suffer. Just like the rest of us. So that's a major shift culturally, because we do have so much attention, focus, and energy on those that we elevate onto a pedestal. It's happened in numerous yoga lineages. There isn't a single lineage that has been untouched by a guru or a leader falling from grace. It happens in educational organizations. It happens in corporations. We think someone is doing such a good job, and then we don't know what we don't know. They're ultimately human. So as you shed things tonight, I want you to commit to being curious about that aspect of yourself. Who do you put on a pedestal? Who do you think is infallible in your world and in your life? Does that belief serve you and your own becoming, your own emergence, your own blossoming? Or is it a hindrance because it's not asking you to take agency, to think critically, to be discerning? Or maybe it's putting a lot of pressure on you to live up to what someone else is, or what they believe, or what they want you to think and do and be. The moon tonight is in Aries. Right? Do we have any Aries in the room? Any Aries online? Do we have any Aries? You can wave your hands, jump up and down like a fire sign would, you know. Aries has a lot of energy. Aries has a lot of curiosity. When I think about one of the light aspects of Aries, because, you know, believe it or not, all astrological signs and planets and all of those things have a shadow and a light, just like eclipses do, right? So one of the light aspects that I love about Aries is that energy of fiery adolescence, that energy of rebelliousness, that energy of don't tell me what to do. I've got this. I don't need anybody else telling me what to do. What perfect energy to call in when we are unguruing our lives. You know, just imagine that the guru is your like 10th grade social studies teacher that wants you to care about, you know, a war that happened decades before you were born, and you rebelled against that lesson. You were like, this is a total snooze fest. I'm not doing this. You know, so approach it with that level of Aries fire energy. And when we think about that Aries fire energy and how not only does it give us the, freedom, it also gives us the confidence to plow forward in whatever it is that we're doing, whether we're completely sure of what that is or not. Fire is an alchemist. It's a great alchemist for change. So ushering in this moon in a fire sign, being able to engage in that beautiful alchemy that fire creates. We were talking about this in Spiritual Warrior today. We can't shift the energy in the body and the mind and the emotions if we're unwilling to go into the fire practice. To burn away everything that is no longer serving us, to make lots of space for what we are ready for. So as you do your practice tonight, these are the things that you're going to have, going to allow your mind to pop into and then come back into your physical body, is that sense of releasing, alchemizing using fire, letting go of any attachments that you have to that guru, celebrity, someone is going to come and save us. Wouldn't that be nice if it was true? That sounds like really not having to do a lot of work. Someone's going to come and save us. Someone's going to come and figure us out. Thich Nhat Hanh said the next Buddha is not a person. It's Sangha. It's community. It's being in spiritual growth together with others. Us is going to save us. Not the sage on the stage, the guru who wrote the book, pundit behind a podium. That's not what's going to save us. We are going to save us. And we do that by rooting into the commitment to save what we love rather than killing what we hate. You knew I wasn't going to get through a full moon experience without quoting Star Wars, right? You did know that. Is everybody aware that I can't do it? All right, so enough blah, blah, blah from me. Let's come into a comfortable seated posture. If you're up on a bolster, pop down for now. And we're just going to start with some gentle Siri ohms. So gentle rotation around in the hips, nice and slow. As you inhale, you're sweeping your chest forward, you're lifting your chin. As you exhale, you're rounding your spine, you're tucking your chin to your chest. This is going to be slow. This is going to be with breath. Let the breath guide your movement, not the other way around. Begin to focus your attention on your root chakra, your tailbone, perineum, Kundalini, coiled snake at the base of your spine. Let's wake her up. And change direction when you're ready. Breathing deeply. Exhaling completely. Your neck can get involved if you'd like it to.
As these waters run, I see the colors of 1,000 lifetimes, buried stories, pearls of
And start to make those rotations smaller and smaller, making your way to an extended spine through the crown of your head.
Do you remember my child? This path is worn down, but you can make your own.
Inhale and bring your shoulders up by your ears. Exhale, wrap them back down, opening up through the chest. Inhaling, shoulders up. Exhale, rotate them back and down. Full breaths. And let's make our way onto all fours, tabletop pose, hands and knees position. From your hands and knees posture, take a deep breath in to come into cow pose, allowing your belly to dip down toward the floor and your chin to lift, looking up at your third eye. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin to your chest, tuck your tail. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. You can move slowly, and you can also increase the pace and increase the breath, right? So move in a way that feels good for your spine as you go back and forth through cat-cows. Mindful of all the little parts in the body. Remember, you can move as fast or as slowly as feels good to your spine. Think about that coiled snake again. This time, we're coaxing her even further out of the seat at the lower part of the spine and up towards the navel. Moving the belly with the breath. Take a deep breath in, lift your chin, smile through your clavicles, open through the chest, and exhale into child's pose. Resting down, sinking. Let your forehead connect either to your fists, to your arms, to the floor. In this posture, we remember that is the mind, that is the student. The heart is the teacher, your inner teacher. Take a full breath in, expand the belly, the rib cage, and exhale, walk your hands back so that you're up in rock pose. So we're just continuing this warm up, right? Continuing to move the energy up the spine. This time we're gonna do that same motion that we did in cat-cow, but our chins aren't going to move. So we're imagining maybe that there's a book balanced on our head. Inhale, chest comes out. Exhale, pelvis tilts, belly button comes in. Exhale it all out. Inhale, exhale. See if the majority of your movement can be in the tilting of your pelvis. Tilting the pelvis back and forth. Letting the belly expand. Good. Good. You guys look great. Take a full deep breath. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Stretch up through the crown of your head. Look up at your third eye. Exhale all the breath out and come down into cross-legged position. Sukhasana. Sukhasana means sweet pose. It's not often a very sweet pose for most of us, but that's what it's called nonetheless, sweet pose. Go ahead and bring your hands right up onto your shoulders. If this is too much, cactus arms. Inhale and turn to your left. Breathing in, exhale, turn to your right. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Find a rhythm. Use the rhythm of your breath to hypnotize yourself, to go into your intuition, your third eye gaze. Heart is wide open, chest wide open, third eye gaze, powerful breath, lifted movement. You're almost there. Inhale deep, lift your elbows, Hold the posture. Look up at your third eye. Lift up your perineum. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Hold the posture and exhale the breath. Inhale again deep. Elbows lifted, heart wide open, holding the posture. Lift up through the perineum. Third eye gaze. Exhale. One more time. Inhale deep. Suspend the breath. Exhale it out. And just allow yourself to be in your energy field right now. Full moon energy. What has felt full for you lately? There are ways that full can feel really good. What has felt full and burdensome that you can shed, that you can release? The moon, when she's in her fullness, her brightness, gives us an opportunity to shine the light on the things that we can let fall away, we can release the last remnants of as the moon gets smaller and smaller over the coming days. What has felt full? Too muchness. Schedules, busyness, tasks. Too much. What has felt too much for me lately has been fear. Too much fear. Fear is often associated with the first chakra. Fear can tax and stress out our adrenals. Fear can disrupt our circadian rhythm, impact our sleep. Messages of fear do not often invoke in human beings conscious decision making. Fear often brings us to a place of reactivity. Our bodies are wired that way, brilliantly so. So when fear starts to rise up, what can we alchemize fear into? What are we going to use this fiery Aries moon for? Fear tells me it's time to pause and to become discerning. Fear tells me that it is an opportunity to ground in what I know to be true and the experiences I feel in my body and my energy field. One of the things that can help us to overcome stress, overcome the pressure, is dancing. Now, I'm not going to ask you to stand up and dance, but we're going to do a nice little shake. We're going to start with some shaking. All right, and we're going to sustain the shaking. So I don't want you to go too crazy right out of the gate, and then you don't have enough sustainable energy to continue the shaking for as long as we need to. Just so maybe just start with your wrists and your arms. If you already feel like you've been sitting for a while, stretch your legs out and shake your ankles, shake your legs. Shake your shoulders. No one's looking. Shake those shoulders, get your lymph going. Shake your legs. You can lay down and shake your legs up to the sky. Just keep shaking it out. Let it get silly. Let it get weird. Almost there. Shake it all out. Get it all out of your body. Take a deep breath in. Ground your body. Nothing I can say, a total eclipse of the heart. A total eclipse of the heart. A total eclipse of the heart. Just shaking. Shaking. Woo. Is how we make miracles happen. Shaking can release trauma that has deposited itself in your body. And this happens naturally when we have the space and the safety to allow it. An example from my own life is after birth. After giving birth to children, your body will shake like crazy amount of shaking. Like, is this normal? I don't know what's going on, and nobody talks about it, right? We're shaking the trauma, the experience, particularly in the hips and the low back and the belly. Think about times where your adrenaline has spiked. You're driving down the highway and you see flashing lights in your rearview mirror, and your whole body lights up, and you're like, I'm not driving fast. I didn't do anything. I used my blinker. Like, you already have running dialogue in your head about how you did nothing wrong, but your nervous system doesn't know that. Your nervous system is like, you're in trouble, right? It turns out it was an ambulance. It wasn't even what you thought it was going to be. They fly past you. Your body starts to come back to normal, and you're shaky. You're shaky. So this is a natural discharge of energy from the body when our bodies feel safe enough to do that. And a lot of times in our lives, and when trauma happens, or extreme stress happens, or low-level stress over a long period of time happens, we don't have the opportunity to shake it out. And it's very important. Shoulders, chest, neck, we shake all of this. It moves our lymph. It also gets out the energy that is most associated with upset and anger. Upset and anger deposit in the shoulders. Fear, shame, deposit in the hips. So stand up. So stand up. Because now we're going to just do some standing hip shakes. I want you to imagine you're like the most exquisite belly dancer, hula dancer. Like, you know all the steps, you know all the moves. Just start moving your hips back and forth. It doesn't matter. You can start slow, get them warm.
Oh, baby, when you talk like that, you make a woman go mad. So be wise and keep on reading the signs of my body. I'm on tonight, you know my hips don't lie, and I'm starting to feel it's right. All the attraction, the tension. Don't you see, baby, this is perfection.
Hey girl, I can see your body moving, and it's driving me crazy. And I didn't have the slightest idea until I saw you dancing. And when you walk up on the dance floor, nobody can ignore the way you move your body, girl. And
Think about it.
the way you
Rise.
so you could keep on taking it. Never really knew that she could dance like this. She make a man wanna speak Spanish. Como se llama? Bonita. Shakira, Shakira.
Oh, baby, when you talk like that, you make a woman go mad. So be wise and keep on reading the signs of my body. I'm on tonight, you know my hips don't lie, and I'm starting to feel your joy. Come on, let's go real slow. Don't you see, baby, I see it's perfect. Babe, I know I'm on tonight, my hips don't lie, and I'm starting to feel it's right. All the attraction, the tension. Don't you see, baby, this is perfection. Oh boy, I can see your body moving, half animal, half man. I don't really know what I'm doing, but you seem to have a plan. My will, self-restraint, have come to fail now. See, I'm doing what I can, but I can't, so you know that's a bit too hard to explain.
All the way up.
Really knew that she could dance like this. She make a man wanna speak Spanish. Como se llama? Bonita. Shakira.
Oh, baby, when you talk like that,
Keep your hips moving.
hypnotized. So be wise and keep on reading the signs of my body.
Señorita, feel the conga. Let me see you move like you come from Colombia.
And then nice and slowly make your way to a forward fold. Bend your knees, let your head hang. Forward fold.
She's so sexy, yeah, you man fantasy. A refugee like me back
Good. Slowly rise all the way back up. Shake out those legs. And come back down into a seat. It sounds silly, and our hips don't lie. Our hips really don't lie. I mean, I just started class by telling you all, like, I have had a really bad psoas injury for a couple weeks. And of course, you know, we can go into the anatomy of the psoas. What does the psoas actually do? Pop quiz yoga teacher training students. The psoas connects your top half of your body to your legs. Connects your legs to the top half of your body, to your torso. So this muscle starts down by the base of the spine. It wraps in between and it attaches to the top of your femur. So you actually have two. You have a right psoas and a left psoas. They do speak to each other. And it's like a big rubber band that holds your legs in place, number one. So like you walk, your legs don't fall out of your hips. Brilliant design. The other thing that your psoas does is it prevents your legs in all of their powerful motion of your femur bones, huge thigh muscles that are just powerhouses, glutes, powerhouses. It keeps your legs from literally destroying your spinal column, your spinal cord. So it holds both tension and flexibility. Both of those things have to be present. So if we're looking at the psoas, our hips, through that lens, it keeps us in balance of being flexible and stable. So I'm just going to basically air out dirty laundry here, right? I have a psoas injury from an energetic perspective. That is me trying to hyper-stabilize my life, to have a semblance of control of what's going on and protect myself from being hurt, being disappointed. A lot of you know this already, but like I started a doctoral program. So of course I was like, I don't have a lot of stuff to do. I'll add this. And what happens when Jeannie's a student? She becomes like, I'm going to manage this. This is not going to stress me out. I'm going to be so organized, right? So psoas muscle, tight, protect you, hold you in place. Our hips don't lie. And so when we have hip pain, when we have hip tension, when we have hip hyper flexibility and mobility, which is also true for people, right? Another energetic perspective to bring in. Mine is my hips want to stabilize everything and get tight and control-y about it. I am a Scorpio, okay. And for others to have hypermobility within the hips, it's like the hips really wanting no rules, no parameters. Don't tell me what to do, right? We're back to that kind of fiery Aries energy of don't tell me what to do. Our hips don't lie. Our hips hold shame. Our hips hold that degree of pain that feels like it doesn't have any other place to go. So our hips can hang out in there, in that shamey place. Many of you have probably noticed that when you do a hip opening class, things can get weepy. You can feel emotion start to flow. They say that your psoas is the muscle of your soul. Muscle of your soul. All right. So hips don't lie. And when we notice shifts in our life, when we're either going from one stage to another, we're experiencing lots of changes, lots of shift, it's very common to feel that within the hips, to feel that within the hip girdle. And it's an ample opportunity to shake them out. I think Sabrina a couple times has tried to get me to do like movement on film, and then it all devolves into spiritually twerking on camera, because it is a very spiritual twerking practice to just shake out the hips. Shaking is healing. Shaking through the hips is healing. And if we watch animals, they do this so beautifully. Have you ever watched, those of you who have dogs, who have cats, like they get all amped about something or they want to like chase something in the yard, and then like that thing goes away, they're on their leash, they can't go anywhere, and then they just shake it all out really quick and they're like, okay, new thing, on to the next thing. We can learn so much from those beings. Okay, so I want you to have a comfortable seat. You can pop up onto your bolster for this. You need to be able to twist though. So twisting similarly to the way that we did in our cactus arms, a little bit more measured, a little bit slower, but with kind of the intention of, as you're shifting back and forth, as you're twisting back and forth, I want you to think of it as like you're shaking back and forth a snow globe, right? So everything has settled into the bottom, and you're just gently shaking it up back and forth to get the energy flowing around. Arms can come up over your head like this with your palms touching. You can interlace the fingers if you want to, if that's more comfortable than just flat hands. If this is too much for your shoulders, do it here or here, but do have pranam mudra, the two hands pressed together in some way, your palms touching in some way. All right, so come into the pose. We're still going to do that inhaling to the left, exhaling to the right. It's not a super fast at first, but I do want you to allow it to breathe and to move. And maybe as you warm a little bit more in the twist, you're almost there. Inhale to center. Hold the breath in. Exhale it out. I've heard so many yoga teachers out there say twisting poses are detoxifying. It's a detox pose. It's not wrong. It's not wrong to say that. Twists can be detoxifying because you're putting different pressure on your inner organs when you twist, and then you untwist and blood flow goes to that area. That can increase the ways that we detox our body. Having your armpits up and open and moving through the lymphatic system is detoxifying. It's also just funny because our bodies are always detoxing. Like, that's what your body does. So no one is ever like, did you poop today? Good job doing a detoxifying pose. Like, nobody says that, but that is also what's happening. So, you know, if you're like, I did detox yoga today, you just went pee. That's what you did. Valid. And sometimes we make it sound like it's like this special process that we must do. Our body wants to detoxify itself. It's really brilliant. So come on to all fours. Come on to tabletop pose. There's going to be various adaptations to this posture. All right. So essentially what's going on in the pose is we're on all fours, and you might lift one leg and point it back towards the back of your mat. If you are lifting the leg, maybe you go halfway down to the push-up and lift back up, right? So in the official instructions of the posture, what are we doing? We're lifting one leg, we're lowering the chin to the floor, and then we're pushing the body back up. So it's a one leg lift push-up. What I want you all to make sure, though, is that your elbows stay close to your body. So you're not out here, you don't have wings doing a push-up like this, right? They're not wide arm push-ups. Hands are underneath the shoulder joint. Elbows stay tucked into the rib cage. All right? So you can do 26 of them, or you can do as many as you would like, knowing you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Rest when you need to, and just move and breathe naturally.
Does the leg come back in when you come up?
Nope, your leg stays straight the whole time. Yep, leg stays straight the whole time, and you're just focused at first on one side. So, just one side.
We get music?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Need a warrior song for this. Do 26. Do 12. Do 52. 108. When you finish one side, you can go right into the other side. Whenever you're done, because you are done or because you're sick of it, find child's pose. Beautiful breathing. Breathing in and out through the nose when you're resting. Using the breath to bring the body back into balance. Long, slow, deep breath in. External pressure and stress. Someone from my cohort, my own class that I'm taking, asked me how I'm able to tap into joy right now. When there's a lot of external demands, when the world is doing what it's doing, when humans are humaning, and there seems to be so much anger, tension, reactivity, and stress in the world. For me, joy itself is an act of revolution and rebellion. That surrendering to despair isn't going to get us through to the other side. Valerie Carr writes about this so beautifully. Birth is messy. It's painful. It's scary. And that's what we're doing. We're birthing something new. And we can't move through that process at the community level, at the local level, at the national level, at the global level. We can't move through that to the other side if we give in to the despair. So we move the energy. We ensure that the internal condition can withstand the external pressure, stress, and weather. We fortify ourselves. And when we're fortified, it doesn't mean that we don't notice what's going on around us. We're very much awake and sensitive to it. But it doesn't knock us over. And we're able to anchor in the relationships and the connections and the places and the people that bring us joy. That keep us connected to love. And out of the cycle of fear. And that requires a wide open heart. So go ahead and come out of child's pose if you're still in child's pose. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Shake them out. Wide open heart. And I still keep hearing from people recently that their heart chakra is closed. Heart chakra is closed. So I just want to say, I mean, I believe what anybody tells me their experience is. I've never experienced a closed heart chakra. When I engage in people's heart energy or energy centers of their body, when doing healing work, a chakra doesn't feel closed. It's not like a a double iron door locks like the vault of your heart that can't be accessed, right? It's energetic, a chakra. It's a spinning wheel of light and energy. So what kind of happens, it gets a little slower. It gets a little stickier. It might feel harder to connect to that place because the energy there is dense, but your heart chakra isn't closed. Your mind might be getting involved in what your heart wants, and that can create some conflict. But your heart is open. Your heart chakra is open. Just might be a little sticky. So on that note of wide open heart, we're going to have a heart opening posture, a back bend. So anytime we're coming into a back bending posture, that is something that brings us into the heart space. Now, there's a lot of ways to do this posture, and I want you to do the one that feels the most reasonable and easeful for your body. You can sit up on your knees and just lean back on your hands. Send your chest up. Perfect posture. Heart up to the ceiling. You can also come up onto your knees and lean back, putting your hands on your low back to support you. You can also put your hands on your ankles. You can come into a full camel pose. If I say camel pose and you don't know what that means, you're not going to do that pose, okay? Because camel pose is something that you work up to. So either way, we're leaning back, opening up the heart. Physical opening, because the energetic opening is there. Once you're in the heart opener, breathe deeply. Let your chin lift. It's a vulnerable position. Your heart is exposed, your throat, your communication chakra, Vishuddha, is exposed. Come up onto your knees, straight back. Lengthen through the crown of your head and find your back bend again. Maybe it's a different version this time. Roll the shoulders back, open the heart. Be gentle. Come back up into a neutral spine. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Last one. Find that back bend. Back up to neutral spine and sit back on your heels or in cross-legged pose if that's more comfortable. And just pause here in neutral spine. So when we move from a back bend, before we move into any kind of forward bend, so where our hips hinge forward, you want to pause at a neutral spine as much as you can. So that's why we are coming back into the back bend and then up, and then back into the back bend and then up into neutral. Then you can sit back down, neutralize your lower spine, And now we're going to lie down on our backs. So lie all the way down on your back. It's not stretch pose, so I'll give you that little hint. Not doing stretch pose. And just take a moment to reset your low back, your tailbone. You might want to shake, like wiggle your hips side to side a little bit to settle into your sacrum. So the posture that we're going to move through, the series of postures we're going to move through on the back, you might want to support your sacrum, your low back space. Just lift up, place your hands underneath your sacrum. You also can put a folded blanket under your sacrum if that's more comfortable. And then go ahead and bring your knees into your chest. So this is a very intentional direction that we're moving in here. And it is going to activate those deep 6 muscles in your glutes, the muscles that are also deep in your core. So thinking about the center line of your body. Now from knees to chest, stretch your toes out in front of you, hovering them as close to the floor as it is okay for your back. Then lift them up to 90 degrees. Then bring your knees back into your chest. Stretch them out, lift them up, knees to chest. Stretch them out, lift them up, knees to chest. We're going to keep moving with this. Breathe in a way that feels reasonable for you. Rest when you need to. Come back into it when you're ready. This is your practice. You're almost there.
Rise up, love, lift your hands. I stand with you 'cause I understand. Ain't here to
Bring your knees into your chest. Give them a hug. Rock side to side. Massage your low back. And when you're ready, you can relax completely and find your Shavasana. Get as comfortable as you can. Let go of the ways you thought life would unfold. The holding of plans or dreams or expectations. Let it all go and save your strength to swim with the tide. The choice to fight what is here before you now will only result in struggle, fear, desperate attempts to flee from the very energy you long for. Let go. Let it all go and flow with the grace that washes through your days, whether you receive it gently or with all your quills raised against invaders. Take this on faith. The mind may never find the explanations that it seeks, but you will move forward nonetheless. Let go, and the wave's crest will carry you to unknown shores beyond your wildest dreams or destinations. Let it all go and find the place of peace and rest and certain transformation. Take a deep breath in. Exhale all the breath out. And as we move into the mantra meditation part of this full moon evening, you're welcome to stay right where you are, lying down, until your Shavasana feels complete. And whenever that is, you can rise up and join us in mantra. And you're also always welcome to chant mantra lying down in Shavasana this evening. So whatever is going to serve you the best, nourish you the best, the most. We're going to start our little mantra series here, mantra meditation, with an upright triangle in front of the heart. And you can make this triangle with touching your pointer fingers together and your thumbs together, making a little triangle mudra with your hands, and placing that like a portal right in front of your heart, right on your heart. Either way, works lying down, works sitting up. Guru Guru, Wahe Guru, Guru Ram Das Guru. Guru Wahe Guru, Guru Ram Das Guru, Guru Guru Wahe Guru, Guru Ram Das Guru. Guru Guru Waheguru. 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 Guru Ram Das Guru. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath in. And slowly exhale as if you're sending all that heart-centered, heart space energy through that portal out into the world. This next mantra is a mantra of liberation. It's a little bit more complicated than Guru Guru Waheguru, Guru Ram Das Guru. This version is done by our very own Liv Avtar Kaur, who teaches here at the studio. Haryang, Karyang, Niraname, Akame, Hara 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 Gobinde, Hara 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 Mukande, Hara 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 Udare, Hara 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 Apare, Hara 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 Haryang, Hara 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 Karyang, Hara 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 Niraname, Hara 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 Kame, Hara 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 Gobinde, Hara 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 Mukande, Hara 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 Udare, Hara 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 Apare, Hara 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 Haryang, Hara 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 Karyang, Hara 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 Niraname, you'd like, you can add in hand motions. Hara hara mukande. Hara 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 udare. Let it go. Hara 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 hariyam. Hara 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 kariyam. Hara 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 nirname. Hara 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 akame. Be liberated from it. Release it. Hara 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 gobinde. Hara 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 mukande. Hara 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 udare. Hara 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 apare. Hara 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 hariyam. Hara 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 kariyam. Hara 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 nirname. Hara 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 akame. Take a deep breath in. Squeeze your fists tight. Hold the posture. Exhale and release. Release, release, release. Notice how your energy feels now compared to when we started tonight. So these mantras, we moved from a heart-centered mantra to a liberation mantra, a freedom mantra, and that's the energy of full moon. It's ultimately that release is about finding the next level, the next step in our liberation path, and remembering that freedom isn't, kind of the generic sense of the term freedom, like we think of freedom to, I guess I always go to New Hampshire. No offense, New Hampshire. But like that whole live free or die thing going on, And it means I don't have to wear a helmet on a motorcycle. That's not the kind of freedom I'm talking about. I'm talking about freedom from suffering, right? This is liberation ultimately is about that freedom from suffering, the freedom from the belief that you don't matter. And it's not a secret. We can go to our core wounds. We can think about the traumas we've had in our lives and the stories we've made up around them and the ways that we protect ourselves. And ultimately, we all want to matter. Every human being wants to matter and belong. And the root of all of our suffering are the stories and the experiences we've collected along the way to tell ourselves that we don't matter and we don't belong. And that's our work. That's the liberation that we get to seek, that freedom from that cycle of believing that story, even for a moment. Because once we can unlock that within ourselves and live from that place that we matter and we belong, and we are integral to the birth of this new world, then we get to hold the lantern for other people while they do it too. So all the ways that we tell ourselves we don't matter, we're invisible, we are unseen, unheard, unloved, unwanted, it all boils down to that core concern. And we know that we matter. I know that you matter. You matter to me. You matter to this world. Because you're here. And you have a dharma. You have a path. You have gifts. You have a voice. You have a light. That's freedom. The freedom from our story of separation. And a real experience that we're all one. And once we can experience that, we move from that liberation mantra into the rejoicing mantra of hallelujah. And you know, I always like to remind people that hallelujah sometimes is charged. For people who have had particular types of religious or spiritual trauma, you might experience hallelujah as something that is distinct or unique to that space. You know, hallelujah is about self-love. Hallelujah is that recognition of your soul's essence and seeing it in everyone that you meet, their soul's essence, and operating from that place that we all matter, we belong here, we have work to do and gifts to share, and hallelujah for that.
And when there's no fear, there's no anger.
Hallelujah,
Hypnotize yourself into that
hallelujah,
relationship with yourself.
hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Take a deep breath in. Hallelujah. Exhale. Breathing deeply and feeling into that experience of being you in this body, in this time, in this moment. Your gifts, your grace, your love, your power. And if you'd like to, you can join me for long time sun and satnam. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on, guide your way on. Many, many, many full moon releases and blessings to each one of you. Take time this evening, go outside and ground. Notice the moon. Send her gratitude for this immense power. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Satnam. Satnam, everyone.
So-